I'm going over JP Morgan Chase today, ticker symbol JPM. I'm gonna find the exact fair value of JP Morgan Chase as well as the price that we would be a buyer according to the formula in the book The Intelligent Investor that was written 60 years plus ago. And if you already know me and follow my other videos, this formula is pretty darn close to what it should be. I really like that formula. With that being said, let's get started with JP Morgan Chase and see how much it's worth. Yeah. So what do we have? JP Morgan Chase. This is what we're doing today. Ticker symbol JPM. Price today $154. What matters to me the most is this one. Market cap almost $500 billion, 467 billion. And when I look at Bitcoin now at over $1 trillion, that seems to that doesn't seem like a lot, to be honest, which is crazy about Bitcoin, but that's a different story. They do pay a nice dividend, 2.34%, so that's good. 1 year target according to Yao is 165. We're at 154. I'm gonna find the fair value if 165 is actually legit or just a random number based on Yao. 52-week range, we got 82 to 160, so we're almost at all-time high, and we already missed 100% jump in the last 12 months. That's a shame. Either way, the numbers that we need in our Excel is this one. Check this out, guys. Earning per share trailing 12 months is insane. Insane. $12.61. Wow. They're making a whole bunch of money per share. That's this bank makes a whole lot of money. And all the Chase credit cards, you know, it comes from JP Morgan. Sapphire, Preferred, Business, Inc., all that stuff. Even Amazon card sub-brand belongs to JP Morgan. They have a lot of wealth pro clients and wealthy funds and all that stuff. They're gonna go into Bitcoin fund. That's their plan. They're making money and they know how to make money. The question is, should you buy today at today's prices? So I'm gonna put this number in the Excel, 1261. Let me show you the second number that I need. Second number that I need is right here. You go to the analysis tab, okay? Analysis tab, scroll all the way down. Next 5 year per annual, 128. So it doesn't seem like they're gonna grow a lot. Even see next year it's a negative almost 9%. This year they grew by 50%. I assume it's the crypto avenue and just crazy stuff. Negative next quarter. I'm gonna put this number in 128. So let's put those two in our Excel and see what we got. Back in the Excel, guys, so I put earning per share 1261 right here. Second column is a constant from the book. Do not change it. If you want to grab a copy of this Excel, there's a link in the description below. $20 and go and analyze any stock that you want to have into your long-term portfolio. Growth, I just show you 128. That's where you put it here. The yellow you don't touch, that's a constant, that's a constant. And we need to find AAA bond yield. I'm gonna show you that in a couple of minutes. Before we do, and once we do, we find the fair value. But before we do that, let's go over some financials numbers of JP Morgan and see how are they doing financially. So let's go with that. Okay, so we got 3 items in the financial statement. It's not complicated, just follow my lead. Start with income statement. I want to see that the total revenue is growing. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got 109 million, 115 million, 119 million. So they're growing but about, I don't know, 5% a year, give or take. That's not bad. It's predictable. This stock is not gonna go to 10x, but can it double and become another $1 trillion company? The first bank to do so. That's a possibility. So far we only have tech. We got Amazon, Google, Apple, and Microsoft. And I hope I didn't miss anything. But could JP Morgan be the first bank to reach $1 trillion mark? Bitcoin is already there, but as I said, different story. Let's see what we got. We got the net income 27 million. Because it's a bank, they don't have gross. Otherwise I would see gross profit, but they don't sell They do sell a lot, but that's not how banks' financials are, calculated. Instead, they have interest, credit loss, etc., etc. So I'm gonna just calculate the net and see what we got here. But I already see that the net went from 30 million to 34 million. So then it went up, and then in 2020 it went down to 27. So they lost net 20%. People took out their money because there was 2020. So we're gonna find out how much the net is. So let's do that. So I found the net income of JP Morgan 22.9, let's call it 23%, and this is pretty awesome. Buffett is looking for 20% and up net. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's keep going with the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, guys, this is a super impressive number. Check this out. Total assets. That's already in the billions, but check this number out. From 2018, 2.6 billion. Okay, 2.62. 2019, 2.68. Nothing changed. And check this out. 2020, almost 3.4. That's another 800 million in a year. They almost added $1 billion in a year. Why? Because they know how to make money from everything that happened in 2020. Trust me, if there's money to be made from this corona, you better believe it that the big guys are making money, and JP Morgan is one of those one of those major controllers. This is a massive number. From 2.6 billion to 3.4, added another $800 million in assets. I don't know if it's crypto. It could be crypto. That's a possibility. It could be wealth assets. It could be loans from government loans to cover some corona issues. Could be mortgages, the deferred mortgages. Could be so many stuff. If there's money to be made from this crisis, you better believe it that JP Morgan Chase will be there to actually make money from this specific crisis. Let's see total liabilities. That's just crazy number. Total liabilities, again, because it's a bank, I'm looking for long-term debt. And this number here, long-term debt, I want to see how long will it take them to pay their long-term debt. Last time I've checked Bank of America, I did a video about 3-4 months ago. It took them like 30 years to pay their long-term debt, and there's nothing special about it because it's a bank. They don't have cash, they just borrow and borrow. You put money in the bank, they take it and they lend it at a 10 times rate, and just insane. So they have a lot of long-term debt, but they leverage that to like insane levels, and nothing changed since 2008. No matter what you want to think, the rich will get richer at the end of the day. Let's find this fair value long-term debt. You take this number. I have found a number of 9.8. Let's say 10 years. Below 10 years, it will take JP Morgan to pay their long-term debt. It's a whole lot better than 30 years Bank of America. Just crazy. That's a great bank. That's a great bank shares, bank company to hold. Ideally, you have bought a year ago at like $80 and doubled your money in a year, but that's a different story. Can it double again to $1 trillion? That's what I'm trying to find out. But 10 years to pay their long-term debt with all the lending that they're doing is pretty awesome number compared to about 30 years in Bank of America, which I definitely need to do another video about that. So far so good. Let's keep going. Cash flow. Let's see what we got in the cash flow. Check this out, guys. Issue of capital, stock. They had more stock, but nothing major. 4.5 million compared to 5 million a year ago. So that's stable. It even gone down. So that's even a better sign for JP Morgan. Issue of debt. They issue like 80 million, but they paid off more. That's great. So they paid 105 million and they got a debt of 80 million. So they're plus 25 million after this. That's pretty awesome. Compared to a year ago, they took 60, they paid 70. Now they took 80 and they paid 105. They did a buyback, not a lot, 8 million compared to 28 million. So in this year, they focused, instead of buyback, they focused on paying off debt, which is pretty awesome. I don't like the cash flow. Something happened here. Cash flow doesn't look good. It went from 14 million to 6 million to a whole bunch of 80 million. I don't know where it came from. Came from something, probably more expanding and less lending. I assume that's the less lending because, lending is a lot stricter now. I assume it's also from less mortgages. If no one is paying mortgage for like a year because they can, well, that's a problem for the banks. So they're down $80 million. Imagine that. If they have insane amount of mortgages and the government say they can, do not pay the mortgage for like a year, but eventually it will fade off because eventually they will just slap all those loans that are in pre-foreclosure, in my opinion, but no one wants to talk about it, either to the end of the 30-year loan or refinance or whatever the case. But that's bad. That's a bad number as of today. It's just wait and see. That being said, let's find the fair value of JP Morgan Chase. In order to find the fair value, you just Google JP Morgan corporate bond, okay, and you look for a high number. I don't see a number so far. I see this one, 2.06. That's a little low. I see here 4.4. I probably use this one. 4.4 is a good average number from what I've seen so far. Anything else in here? I don't see anything, so I'm gonna put 4.4 in our formula Excel. So let's do that. Back in the Excel, guys, I put the last number that I need, AAA bond yield 4.4, and once I click, I'm gonna find the fair value of this Excel. Before I do that, let me guys introduce myself. My name is Ziv, also known as Finance After 40, where I bring you value about stocks, crypto, selling options for income. Click the subscribe button, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Check the link below. I have a lot of good valuable links, including this Excel, when you can grab a copy and find the fair value for yourself. Cost 20 bucks and find the fair value of any stock that you want to analyze, as long as the earning per share is a positive and the growth is a positive. I hope I bring you value. Let's find the fair value of JP Morgan Chase. So, tam ta da dam, da 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 dam, 139 bucks. Okay, 139 bucks. We are at 154. People are saying we're in a bubble. We are in a bubble, but the banks is a different story. JP Morgan, according to this formula, is worth 140, and not only that, the ideal price that you should be a buyer is around 93 bucks, which was about a year ago. They were at 80. This was the time to actually check the formula and buy JP Morgan. Should you buy JP Morgan now at over 155? According to this, no. Am I buying? No. Is this a better bank than Bank of America? Even though Buffett just bought insane amount of Bank of America and he actually sold JP Morgan like 2 years ago. According to him, yes. According to me, no. But that's a different story. What do I know? I'm just a person with a value investment. I hope this was valuable to you guys. Check the description of this video for other cool links. Subscribe, leave a comment. Which stock would you like me to analyze next, as I'm doing this because my subscribers are asking me to analyze their own stocks. So with that being said, thank you, I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Yeah.